What's going on, everyone? So we are doing some bass fishing today. Obviously, it's mainly what I do, pretty much all I do on my channel. Just got out here. It's pretty cold. It's like almost 40 degrees. It got down to freezing last night, so this water temp dropped really fast. So what I'm doing is starting up kind of on these breaks just off the bank, looking for those fish out, kind of on that deeper wood, that deeper grass, kind of getting ready to push back up into the cuts. The water's only 48 degrees. It was probably 52, 53 yesterday. It's dropping pretty quick, but I'm hoping I can get a couple quick bites, a couple pretty big bites today. This is the time of year when you catch those giants, those 6-7 pounders up here in Michigan. I'm going to show you guys what I do. We're going to be running and gunning a ton, hopefully catch a lot of giants, or a giant today. It's a lake I don't have a ton of confidence on, a ton of experience on, so we're going to be moving around a lot, looking at a bunch of different spots, and hopefully find some unique stuff that I can run either later in the week or later in the year or both. So let's have some fun. Let's go catch some bass. Stay tuned. So what I'm doing is starting out with a jig. A jig is my confidence bait, and I'm fishing some relatively shallow wood. It's about 11 foot deep here, but there is a little bit of grass mixed up on this flat. And one of the big things, this is a reservoir, which means it's a dammed off river system. So you have to figure that all these areas people had to cut down or had to be flooded in order to make this lake. So this lake in particular has a ton of deep wood in it, like full grown trees still up off the bottom. And so I'm fishing those areas, those big sand flats, those big stump flats, where someone had to go out here with an excavator or something and cut these stumps down. So that's where we're gonna start. I think I see a little bit of bait fish on the graph. Basically just fishing a jig, slow through it right now. Water temp is 48 degrees. We'll just see if we can't get a couple bites up here on the shallow stuff. I might run up into some pockets later. I just think it's a little bit early for that, but we'll kind of just have to play the game and see what these fish want to do today. One of the hardest things to do on a lake that you have any sort of experience on is not run history. I've never really fished the lake when it's this cold, so I don't know where these fish are, but I've caught some fish late in the fall and in the summertime. And so I'm checking some of those spots, but I'm trying not to spend my whole day just running history. I'm checking some new stuff, some new areas, but of course I have to kind of just take a quick look at the stuff I caught them on that might hold them. Especially some of that deeper stuff. When it's this cold, I'm thinking some of that deeper summer stuff might have fish on it. And basically just kind of running some new water and checking some of the old stuff that might possibly hold them. But I'm trying not to run much history, trying to break down some new areas that I haven't looked at before, because hopefully that'll be where those big girls are at. Moving. That was pretty shallow. Oh, it's a stick. I thought for sure it was a fish. Look at that. First one of the day, a beaut. We're gonna go see if we can't catch a couple up in these cuts. I don't know. They're not out here. They're not on this main lake stuff. I've checked a lot of really good looking stuff. And if they are, then I've checked the wrong stuff. But a little wrap, a little break, sit down, recoup, rethink, go find some bass. Oh, nice bite. Big one. Oh! Choked that jig. Swam it up under that dock. Choked that jig. Giant. Solid fish. Guys, this is what's wrong with tournament fishing though. Look, there's a coal hole in a 3.5 pounder's mouth. That's a problem. That's a problem. Zeros. Four 1. 4 pounds, 1 ounce. That's a giant. Ooh, that's my favorite way to catch them. That's cool. That's awesome. Thank you, fish. Yes, that's so cool. So what I was doing, I don't know if you guys saw it, is I was skipping my jig up under this dock and I thought I got a bite. So I tried to swim it out to flip it back in, and when I swam it out I saw that fish chase it out. Killed the jig and that fish ate it. But that's so cool. I don't know if I'm supposed to be flipping docks. I don't know if that's the pattern that these fish are on, but if it is, man, I'm cool with that because I love flipping docks. I'd be totally happy with them. You know, kind of going back to like that brand new water thing we've been talking about. Is like that dock. I don't know that I've ever skipped that dock. I mean, it makes sense that they'd be on hardcover, but I thought they'd be on like offshore or like long point kind of hardcover, not up under docks and no water. But that's fishing, man. Just gotta listen to what the fish are telling you to do. Now, hopefully that's a pattern and not just a red herring. Okay, we're gonna hit this dock, then we're gonna cut across and hit that dock and go back. And then we'll go some main lake stuff. I'm curious if they're on the main lake docks. That fish is swimming out with it. It's a chunky, chunky fish. That was a bite. Okay, we're running docks the rest of the day. That's 4 fish in like super quick succession. There's one. I had one chase me out, but there's one right on that dock post. I don't know why I swam it out, man. I knew I put it in a good spot. Man, I made a good cast. That's dumb, man. I should have just fished that first cast out. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but sure would have not hurt anything. I had a pretty good one. 2.5, 3 pounder chased me out from that back piece. I swear I've caught all my fish so far. And then there was another one that I was trying to be greedy with that was sitting under the dock post. And I think I scared them both out, but we'll see. Yeah, these fish are up under docks. Just gotta fish thorough. Just gotta fish thorough. I'd add a couple more bites right there. That's a big one. There we go. I knew I got a bite. He just ate it funny. Look at that. Solid 2.5. There we go. Thanks, buddy. See if there's another one in there. So one thing I'm looking for on these docks is for them to have some sort of like marl or some sort of darker bottom. Whether that's leaves, marl, grass, whatever it might be, it's got to have a little bit darker bottom. If it doesn't have that, you just got to go. I mean, you just got to find the right type of docks, especially early in the year. The reason I pushed up under docks, or these bass are pushed up under docks shallow, is because they're chasing the perch, and that shallower water is warming pretty quick. The sun is high, it's beating down on that sand bottom, and it's pushing these fish up shallow. So we're chasing them around. We're gonna find them, and we're gonna find one more good one at least. Sunny side duck. That fish just had momentum, so I just kept him coming. Well, everyone, with that, I'm going to wrap the video up. Ended up catching most of my fish on or around docks. I think as that sun got higher, it started warming this water up a lot. At the beginning of the day, it was like 47. At the end of the day, I saw all the way up to 55, 56 degrees. So that's almost a 10-degree difference. And those fish know that that sun is warming that water. They decide to push up shallow, and those docks give them an ambush point. Now, one more thing. Docks is kind of a numbers game, but there is a pattern to it. So what I mean by numbers game is you fish as many docks as you can to get as many bites as you can. They're not going to be like 6 or 7 bites on a dock typically, unless there's a bunch of different dock posts. But you just kind of fish as many as you can, and you kind of dial in like what type of docks they're on, what type of bank they're on, what type of contour they're on as well. These fish tended to be out towards the main lake a little bit. Not necessarily on the main lake, but on those first or second docks leading back up into a cove. The jig that I was flipping was a 1/2 ounce Buckeye ball and out jig, black and blue trailer. I went between a Rage Menace and this Berkeley Cheddar Craw, 1/2 ounce size, Arc Invoker 7.3, mag medium heavy, and a Lew's BB1 Pro 7:1-to-1 reel, 20-pound test line. When I'm flipping docks, when I'm fishing around that heavy cover, I need to have heavy line to help me get those fish out of there. I did break one off on a cable. I skipped up behind a dock. A fish ate it, pulled me across the cable and snapped me off. But had I not had this 20-pound test, I might have lost a couple more of those fish that were eating and kind of banging me against the dock post. So that's really key. Also, that 7:1-to-1 is really, really key. And the reason I say that is because you want to be able to hook that fish and get him moving out of there. So you want a high-speed reel. Now, this is a left-handed reel. A lot of people are going to ask me why I'm fishing a left-handed reel. I like to be able to flip that up under there and immediately have my hand on the rod, ready to be able to set the hook and start reeling that fish out of there. A lot of times these fish, when you're flipping to them or when you're flipping docks, they'll eat that as it's falling, so you want to be able to engage the reel really fast and set the hook and get them moving as fast as possible. That's why I go with a left-handed reel, 7:1-to-1, high-speed gear ratio reel. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned something. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below. Hit subscribe if you're not already, and as always, thank you for watching. Take care, tight lines. God bless. Pursue your passion.